Okay, I really think this lighting is shit, but is that good? Okay, that's good. That's good. That's actually good. Okay. Okay, one day I'll afford proper lighting, but that day is not today. Hi! I'm Isis, and I guess welcome to my channel. If you've watched another video, welcome back. Like, doing a proper intro freaks me out so much. I cannot do this. So, I have gotten like a lot of questions about Kgsp, the application process, just like the overall getting the scholarship and arriving to Korea. So I guess I'm just gonna be doing like a Q&A, answer some questions, and yeah. Some of them are like really specific questions that I'm just gonna like answer those questions, and some of it is just like topics, so I'm just gonna go over some of like the important topics. Topic, do you get it? So yeah, without further ado, let's get right to it. The first question is about GPA. So how important is GPA? Like, I don't really know how important it is. Like, I cannot answer that question straightforward because I don't really know how much it is that they're looking into your grades. I think that it's a pretty important part, but I don't think that it's like terrible if you don't have like straight A's or like perfect grades. In my case, I had a pretty good GPA when I left high school. I guess that was definitely a plus. I don't know the exact conversion, but I think my GPA was pretty close to 4.0, if not 4.0. Not to like brag or anything about it, I'm just like being honest, trying to help you. I cannot really talk about other point of view because I don't really know, like I haven't investigated about it. Definitely I think good grades are important, but so are a lot of other parts in the application, so don't get discouraged if your grades are not the best. But there is a specific clause in the application form that says that you need to be in the I think it's having a grade superior than the 80% of the higher marks in your class. I don't know if I worded that correctly. Anyway, I'm just gonna write it somewhere around here. Don't get discouraged if your grades are not perfect. Really try to like balance out like the other parts. Like if you don't have a great GPA, do like focus in getting like a great personal statement and a great study plan and just like an overall great application if your grades are not the best. Second question is about awards. How important it is to put awards. Any award that you might have might be a plus. Awards are never gonna bring you less points, like they're never gonna bring your application down, they're always just gonna be a plus. Whatever award you just think it's worth putting, just put it in. That's what I did. Like I put like every single award that I had that helps show who you are. Whatever helps the people reading your application get a good sense of who you are as a person, who you are as a student. I think any of those things are actually a plus, and that's what I did. This question is kind of related to the last one. The question is, are certificates from online learning like Alison Courses worth for the application? It's the same thing that I said before. I definitely think that any award or like certificate can be like a plus for your application. I know that Alison Courses are not really like validated course all over like in general in the world, but they do show that you know some sort of skill, that you did a course in that skill. I think it might help your application. Just include everything in there. Like those like things are not gonna bring your application down. No one's gonna think like, oh, an Alison course, okay, we'll just drop him. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. So whatever you have, just put it in there. It's always a plus. Should the recommendation letter be in an official envelope? I talked about this before in my specific preparing the envelope video, but that was in Spanish and it was like kind of specific for like Chile or like Latin America. So if you didn't see it there, I'm gonna explain it now. What I did with my envelopes is that I didn't put them in an official envelope. Like I just left them like in whatever that person that wrote it put it in. I just left it like that. But I'm gonna teach you what I did do. I had 3 recommendation letters, and what I did is like the one that I got from my school. It was from a school coordinator, so what he did was like put the official stamp from the school, and then the other ones that were just like university teachers, because I was in university for like some kind of years. But what I did do with the rest, and I'm gonna show you right now, you have your envelope let's say this is an envelope, okay? This is the part when the envelope closes up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get the person who's writing your envelope to sign it right on top here. I'm gonna show it with my signature. So you do like, it's gonna like be right and where it's closing. So if anyone would like tamper it or like whatever happens, it's gonna show, you know. So after you like have it like signed, what I did is like put a transparent scotch tape in it, and that's it. That's what I did. Sky universities and university track. Okay, to be 100% honest, I don't really know anything about university track because I did embassy track. So I'm sorry, I do not want to mislead you or give you information that I don't really know about. I'd rather just be honest and be like, I have no fucking idea. But I could definitely try to get the information or put you in contact with someone that has done university track, because I do know someone. If you really need it, just leave a comment down there. Contact me on my Instagram. I can definitely do something for you. About Sky universities. Okay, this really depends on what you want to study, what is your area of studies. Of course, Sky universities have this very like high prestige all around Korea, but I definitely do think it depends on what you're going to study. Universities are like kind of like a shoe. You need to find the perfect fit for you. It just really depends on what you want to study and what you're looking for in a university. For example, in my case, that I'm an art related major, especially the thing that I wanted to study, my major, it was just not for me. I just prefer to focus in other universities. It just really depends on what you're going to study and what you're looking for in a university. Every university is different. It just depends on what fits you better as a human being. And of course, like being in Sky is gonna give you prestige and like the name of like being in Sky, but then it's all up to how you study yourself, how much effort you put in yourself, and how much you just want to be a good professional and have a good career in the future. I don't know like if this is for everyone, but I have heard that it's happened at least in my country, because you have three universities that you have to apply, like each major for each university. I have heard of people that have applied for like only Sky universities, like Seoul University, Korea University, and Yonsei, and then they told them like please add 2 more options just in case Sky does not work, because it's, you know, it can be kind of hard to get into the university. So I have heard that. I don't really know if that's the case for everyone that applies to only Sky, but I definitely have heard that. So I would recommend you like maybe asking your embassy. I just feel like, I don't know, it's up to you, like it's your choice, but try to find a university that suits you as a person and suits you for your major, and it's just like what you're looking for. That's the place that you're gonna be in for the next 4 years. So definitely just, yeah, do your research. We really do like investigate about university and majors. Next question. This is by far the most asked question out there. I get it, it's the hardest part of the application, is like how to write a personal statement and a study plan. Basically, for personal statement, definitely be honest about who you are as a person. As I said before, you just need to try to give a full picture of who you are as a person and as a student. Right now, I'm just gonna say what I did, and definitely some things that I actually recommend. First, just make a draft with everything that you think it's relevant, that you think it's important. Don't think about the word count or don't think about the length that it has. Just go ahead, write it, include everything that you think is important. Maybe make bullet points, just write paragraphs, just like write everything that you think is relevant right there. You're gonna do it with time. That's my second tip. Just write it with a lot of time. Sit down patiently. Don't write it in one day. Days after you reread it and reread it, you're gonna get like new perspectives of what's wrong, what's right, what should be included, what should not be included. So at first, just write this whole lengthy thing, including everything that you think it should be there. And then as time just goes by and you're just like trying to perfect it, you go taking out everything that you think is just like not that relevant, not that important, and just stick to the basics. Definitely your study plan will not be completed in an hour, will not be completed in a couple of days. It can even take up months. Just go perfecting it over and over again. Have someone proofread it, like ask a friend that you trust, or like ask a teacher if they can read and if they think that that actually portrays who you are as a person and as a student. Always having like a second opinion can be really helpful to writing a personal statement, because the way you see yourself may not be the same way that others see you. Getting a second opinion is really, I think it's very helpful. It can give you more qualities about yourself that you didn't even know you had. Get a second opinion, do it with time. Don't worry about the word count at first. It's easier to write a lengthy personal statement and then just go like shrinking it to make it fit than trying to like think in many ideas and at the same time having to worry about how many words you're putting in. So just don't worry about that at first, and when you feel that you have everything that you need to put in there, just go shrinking it. Find the perfect expressions. Just go to the point. You don't have to like say the same thing over and over again. Beautify it. Just go to the point. Find the perfect expression that concentrates in that one phrase, like couple of phrases, who you are. What I would definitely recommend, because it can throw you off, do not read other people's personal statements. Do not go around sharing your personal statement. That's why I never send my personal statement, because it can give you a feeling, or like it might lead you to follow that person's statement when you need to just write from your own self. Be yourself. That's what they're trying to see. They're trying to know who you are. What have you done in your life? Who's your family? What have you done for your studies? What defines you as a person? What makes you unique? You can get like opinions and you can get help from other people, but don't try to read other people's statements, because that's just gonna make you like lead you to feel like you have to write like that person, or maybe compare yourself, and that's just not the point. Your personal statement, as it says in the title, should be completely personal. The last thing that I would recommend, once you think your personal statement is ready, or when you think it's almost ready, just grab it and read it out loud many times, as if you're reading it to someone else. Read it in front of a mirror, read it alone in your room. This is gonna help you know how others are listening to it, how others are recepting it. It's gonna help you see, like, is this what I really want to say about myself? Is this what I really want others to know about me? Once you read it out loud, you may realize that some sentences are not cohesive between each other, or they don't have like enough coherence. The like storyline is not following through. As you read it out loud, it just helps you see the bigger picture. The last thing, this is like, I know that I said that the last one was my last tip, but this is actually the last thing. Once you submit it, do not, and absolutely do not, read your personal statement again. You will definitely find something wrong in there. You will definitely feel that you could have done better, and you will definitely have some kind of regret or feel like you wanted to change something. Once you submit it, there's nothing you can do about it, so just don't go over it. It might be great. That's how you thought the first time you read it, and you thought, okay, this is it, I'm sending it, so just don't go over it again. I tell you, like, until I feel like just a couple of months ago, I hadn't read my personal statement. I did not even remember how my personal statement was until we were like comparing personal statements with other friends after we were like already in Korea. Yeah, just don't look at it, forget about it, don't go over it again. You will just get in over your head. You'll get anxious, stressed, so don't do it. It's already done, and hope for the best. Okay, in general for the study plan, I do feel like overall the tips are kind of the same. Like, don't go over reading it, get someone to proofread it, try to read it out loud. But besides that, I feel like there's a few points that I could tell you, some tips that could help you write more easily, because the first time that I read like a study plan, I was like, I had not even applied to other scholarships before. So I'm like, what the hell is a study plan? Like, what am I supposed to write in a study plan? Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna have for lunch tomorrow, and you want me to write like a 4-year study plan? That was just not the correct way to approach it. I feel like some things that can make it easier is, first, write your full academic background. Not in a lengthy way, because like that's not the main point that you can put in your personal statement, but do tell about who have you been as a student until now, what have you achieved, how were you as a student in school, what you have done in the past kind of shapes what you can do in the future. Also, really try to but like make sure it's very clear what's your last degree, what's the last academic thing that you did. For example, in my case, I applied 4 years after I left high school. Just talk about that. Talk about how it was your other university experience. Please state what was your last degree. I did not have a degree, but I did do some other academic things besides high school. So talk about that. If your last academic degree was high school, then state it. How did you accomplish that degree? How was your study style? What were your goals? Were you able to achieve your goals? Because that's basically what they're asking you to do with this time. for this scholarship. In this case, I mean, do talk about the country where you're going. In this case, Korea. Do talk about why did you pick specifically this country? Why did you pick specifically the universities that you applied to? Or why did you pick like specifically your major? Why does it make it interesting to you? Why do you need to study that? If you get selected for said universities, what are your future goals that you want to achieve through your career? What are the future plans that you want to like get through studying? What are all your learning objectives? What do you want to learn? What do you want to get out of your career? What do you want to obtain from this scholarship? Why does it make a difference if you study back at home than if you study in another country? Once you've stated what said goals are and what are your objectives, how are you going to accomplish them? How have you done it in the past and how are you planning to do it this time? Throughout the entire study plan, do try to focus on what your skills are. What are your talents? How are you going to use them to achieve the goals that you have stated? And then at the end, just run it all up in a quick conclusion and try to keep it like as simple as possible. Who are you? What are your goals? How do you plan to achieve them? That's it.